This is 1130, the Tiger Podcast. I am Dylan Marsh, and today I'm going to give you my two top picks of the incoming freshmen for the LSU Tigers who I think are going to have an immediate impact on the football field this coming season. We're going to start off with the five-star defensive tackle with Rashard Lawrence out of Neville, and how this dude is a monster. He is a beast off the line. His strengths are his size and strength, of course. Look at him. He's 6'3", 310 pounds. And also how quick he gets off the ball. And this is going to be a huge asset for LSU's defensive line because it adds to more size, he adds more speed, and he adds more quickness. All the strengths I just listed for him, that's what he's going to add for LSU. And he's perfect for an LSU defense because this guy, as you can see right there, he can read options, right, like this. He can read a pass off the line. He can read option plays. He's a great pass rusher and an even better rush defender, which is going to be perfect for LSU in the coming years against teams like Bama, Georgia, and also teams like A&M. He's going to be a jewel for LSU this year. He's quick, he's nimble, he's very elusive, and as you can see how he just slides off these blockers. And yes, I know it's high school highlights, but I think he's going to be doing the same things in LSU in the coming years. Les Miles said in an interview that Lawrence reminds him of J.J. Watt, not because of his playing style, but his mentality of the game. Because he says when you watch Lawrence play, he sees someone who's truly having fun. And he never takes a play off. He's always giving it his all, every single down. And if you're an LSU fan, you better get excited to see Rashard Lawrence, because you're going to be hearing his name a lot in the coming years. Especially, you're going to hear him quite a bit this year too. And on the offensive side, we're going to be talking about wide receiver Drake Davis. Drake Davis is a very special receiver. This is a guy who Cam Cameron said is a mixture of Randy Moss, Andre Johnson, and Julio Jones in one player. He's a Baton Rouge native, but he plays for the IMG Academy in Florida. He's lived all over the country with his parents, and he went to IMG to polish up his game his senior year. And he signed with LSU because he's always rooted for LSU, and it's been his dream to play for the Tigers. This is a dude who took a break from football to focus on soccer, and then he comes back, and he's still one of the most wanted receivers in the whole nation. Drake Davis is 6'4", 215 pounds. And as you can see right here on this kick return, his speed. He runs a 4.3 840. And if you're an LSU fan, get excited about Drake Davis because he's going to help this offense tremendously even in the first year. Because you have someone this big, and you also have a Malachi Dupree on both sides of the football field. Brandon Harris is going to be so much better statistically this year because of Drake Davis. He's going to open up the passing game because Harris now has two people to throw to. And when Leonard Fournette's tearing up the field, and then it starts to slow down, it opens up the passing game for LSU. LSU's offense, like I said, is going to step it up this year. And Drake Davis is going to be part of that offense, a huge part of that offense, at least for the next 3 years. Cam Cameron said this is a perfect offense for him because he thinks he's going to polish up his game because he's running in a pro system and that he's going to be a great pro receiver one day, which is one of how Cameron got Davis to commit to LSU. Because Cam Cameron was an NFL offensive coordinator, and he knows what he's talking about, especially when he sees a special player like Davis. So be prepared to hear him score touchdowns all year this year, and he's just going to be a special player. You see right there, triple covered, scores a touchdown. He's He's got the hands of an Andre Johnson, the speed of a Randy Moss, and the elusiveness of a Julio Jones. And the only critique people have of him is he needs to improve his route running, which can easily be done in the preseason. This guy is something special. And someone else who is going to be special for LSU if he decides to come is number one player in the class of 2013, Dylan Moses. Dylan Moses is, if you may recall, the 8th grader who had 8 Division I offers. This guy in 8th grade had offers from LSU, Alabama, Auburn, USC, UCLA, and so on in the 8th grade. He was in the ESPN the magazine as the chosen one. And the only other time a magazine had someone as the chosen one was LeBron James and Bryce Harper, respectively, the 2 best players in their sport right now. And if Dylan Moses decides to come to LSU, that defense gets a whole lot scarier. And also, before he started playing middle linebacker, he was one of the most wanted running backs in the country as a freshman and sophomore. Dylan Moses is a freak of nature, and his top 3 schools right now are Alabama, LSU, and Texas. And recently, he said Texas is his number 1 school, but we know how recruits do and how they flip-flop all the time. And with that, he's from Baton Rouge. He played at University Lab with Les Miles' son. And I think LSU still has an upper hand. I think he's going to end up going to LSU, hopefully, because if he does, that defense is going to be a defense of 2010, 2011 LSU caliber. And, you know, he's so elusive, so athletic. He's not the biggest guy out there, but he is strong, he's fast, and he will lay the wood on you. This guy, Dylan Moses, is going to be a star wherever he goes, and he could be heading to Baton Rouge next year. So keep an eye out for Dylan Moses. If you live in the Shreveport area, come to the Battle of the Border. He will be playing. He plays for IMG Academy in Florida also. They will be coming here to play. So, guys, that's my show for today. Thank you, and have a good day.